As a good friend once said, manners maketh man.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Entirely English and the second half of our Manners on the Street and in Shops video. I'm sorry I had to chop it in half, but as I explained, it was just too long to upload. Well, let's get into it. And thank you for your patience. Let's resume the video. Now, you will have seen, going back to queues, you will have seen photographs, images of people queuing for the bus. These are often deceptive. When you go to a bus stop, like in my town, the other day I was in town and I went to the bus stop and there was 5 or 6 people already there, and they were kind of scattered around, keeping space from each other. And I made a mental note of who was there, and they have as well. It's kind of instinctive. When the bus arrives, then the queue forms, and we know who was before us, so we don't rush to the door. We step in behind the person who was before us, or the people who were before us. The queue forms when the bus or the train arrives. See, trains are a little bit different, particularly the London Underground. I don't like the London Underground. People become more savage there. But we still let people off the vehicle before we get on. It's very important. And it's logical. You know, step to one side, let the people off the bus, let the people off the train before you get on. 2 main reasons. Firstly, again, avoiding conflict. You try to force your way on when they're getting off, and you're going to be hitting people, bumping into them, causing unnecessary aggravation. And secondly, logical, they get off, that's space for you to get on. There's going to be seats available, and you're not going to be barging into people, and yeah, it's just crazy. Let the people off first. And when you form that queue, it's really interesting to watch, actually. It's like a lovely piece of choreography. People come together like pearls on a string. There's no shoving, no pushing, no, I was here first. Just automatically know who was before them. If somebody who is after you steps in front of you, you just sigh. And oftentimes, if there's an older person or a lady, you would say, after you let them go first.
After you, dear.
Even if the bus is busy, a lot of people, and it means you won't get a seat. Logically, you should offer that seat to that person anyway. So you let them go first. Okay, Americans seem to be confused why we say the word queue when they say the word line. There's a difference. I have mentioned this before. A queue is one person behind another waiting their turn for something, to be served in a shop, to get on the bus, to go into the toilets. It's one person behind another, all facing the same way. A line can be people standing side by side, facing front. It's still a line. So a queue is about this orderly process of people waiting for their turn for something. Buses don't count anymore. Trains don't count in this. In the old days, they used to have the doors which you open.
Thank you, madam. Yes. Thank you. Quick as you can, please. Outward station.
But certainly in shops and shopping centres, they have doors. Now, this is interesting. I think we hold the door open for anybody. If not just man opening the door for the ladies. If I'm going into, say, the Clarendon Centre, I open the door and I see somebody coming behind me, I will hold it open for them. Sometimes you got to time it right. If they're a distance away and they have to do that funny little jog to get to you, it's uncomfortable for them. So judge the distance, hold the door open. It's just polite. It's well mannered. I mentioned the Clarendon Centre because I did have an incident once where I held the door open for a woman who's coming behind me, and she exploded at me. What's wrong with you? Do you think I'm a weak woman? I can't hold a door for myself? What are you, some sort of chauvinist pig? I was like, whoa, sorry, I thought you were a lady. Holding the door open is just good manners in any situation. For anybody, old, young, male, female. So, good manners. Sometimes you will encounter those people who are rabid about equality and things like that. It's just something you have to face. Using good manners can cause conflict these days, and that is a problem. But show your breeding. Be well-mannered. Help people. Be polite to them. Stay out of the way. I've got an idea for my next video. I think I might take you on a field trip. So let's see if that works. This was a bit of a lecture. I'm sorry it wasn't so dynamic, but I hope the information was interesting for you. Any thoughts, any comments? If you think I'm wrong with this, if you think I'm wrong about good manners because it's not current, it's not the modern thing, then do say so in the comments. It'd be interesting to read. But good manners put you in good stead anywhere. All right. So I thank you for visiting and have a great week. Bye.